Did you guys know there's already a bull market happening? Are you missing it? Is it because maybe you don't know how to use a decentralized exchange? Today's video is all about that, so let's get into it. Lots of people want to know what will be the narrative driving the next bull market. And I've read a lot of different theories, but one of which maybe is my favorite, that decentralized exchanges will be the star of the next bull market. Maybe even creating a separate bull market for altcoins compared to, let's say, Bitcoin or anything you can get on a centralized exchange, because centralized exchanges are dealing with the fact that they're centralized, and as such they have to deal with the governments that they have to obey, and that often means limiting the coins that their users can get exposure to. Obviously, the main benefit of a centralized exchange is the fiat on-ramp and off-ramp. For those of you who want to sell your crypto for fiat, maybe you have to do so. But decentralized exchanges are amazing for everything else that you can do with cryptocurrencies. What's happening with centralized exchanges, and especially for those of you who are in the US or any country whose government is like really clamping down on cryptocurrencies, this is something that Toby and I have been talking about for years, and we're always saying, oh, there's so many benefits to the use of a decentralized exchange, but today I'm actually going to tell you exactly what those benefits are. First and foremost, of course, they teach you how to take ownership over your own coins, because they require you to have a wallet in your possession that you control, so that you can connect to it and make your trades using that wallet and confirming the actual on-chain transactions with your own wallet. The second coolest thing that a decentralized exchange has is, or maybe doesn't have, is counterparty risk. There's no counterparty risk on decentralized exchanges because they work with smart contracts, means that they automatically execute when certain conditions are met. It means you're not having to rely on a third party to behave honestly. That trust is not needed with smart contracts used by decentralized exchanges. Another cool fact for a DEX, doesn't matter what country you're from, you can use a decentralized exchange. Try that with Binance.com if you're a US citizen and you want to try to buy a coin that isn't in the box that is approved for US consumers. And because it doesn't matter where you're from, decentralized exchanges are amazing, allowing their users to gain early access to cryptocurrencies before they're listed on centralized exchanges. That means you get in early before millions of other people who maybe don't take the time or effort to learn how to use a decentralized exchange, and you get to get in early and see the massive benefits of that. We've been getting into a lot of microcaps in our CT Club. All of our CT Club members know this, and they've seen the benefits that come from this early exposure to these coins. Now, of course, there is an equal amount of risk to this early exposure to these coins because they haven't necessarily been vetted by centralized exchanges, but that is the name of the game with crypto. No risk, no reward, but you have to decide how much risk you are willing to take, because only you will be shouldering that risk and only you will be reaping that reward. There's plenty of other benefits as well for decentralized exchanges, but like I said before, there are risks. So these are the things that you should know about using a decentralized exchange, because yeah, the rewards might be great, but they are not guaranteed. So the first thing you should know is, compared to centralized exchanges, and especially if you're getting into really new micro cap coins where, you know, they're like less than $10 million market cap, the trading volume is going to be quite low. So if you want to go heavy on a trade on a micro cap, you will definitely be affecting the price to your detriment, and the fact that you might even get locked into that position because there's just no one else willing to be on the other side of that. If you were to wanting to sell your position, you might have a hard time, because every time you're selling, you're dropping the price lower and lower, and vice versa if you wanted to buy heavy. So trading volume, and also with that comes slippage, which if you have to set a high slippage percentage, it basically means whatever that percent is, it's that much percent less coins that you are willing to accept at the end of your trade. I did go over this in a recent video on why your trades on Uniswap aren't going through, and there's 4 of those. Slippage is one of them. Go ahead and check that video we posted last week so you guys can get filled in on everything there. Another risk for decentralized exchanges is that, like I mentioned before, they don't vet the project. Anyone can list a coin. That includes scams and imitators. So you need to know how to reference the token address of the coin that you actually want to buy to make sure that it is legitimate. If you're in the CT Club, I have posted this in the crypto life hacks category. If you look for that tag within that membership, you can find a bunch of information that will help you with your use of cryptocurrencies. You can always go to tokenlists.org to reference the contract address to make sure that it is a legitimate coin that you want to actually be buying, because you don't want to be taking on any more risk than you need to by buying the wrong coin. Another big headache that some people see with decentralized exchanges are front running. A really quick breakdown of front running is when there are pending transactions on a blockchain. Let's say you've wanted to do a trade on Uniswap and you're waiting for it to be confirmed on the blockchain. While your transaction is waiting, some people with some kind of technology can see the pending transactions that are trades, and they can set a trade that will benefit this new information that they've gained. Let's say you want to buy a bunch of PAL because it's been on a tear lately. Again, if you're in the CT Club, you're welcome. Anyway, and so you want to be a heavy buyer in there, and let's say a front-running bot sees this, that there's going to be extra buying pressure on this coin. So they're going to set a transaction to buy, but they're going to set a higher transaction fee. So then their trade goes in before yours. So they buy before yours, and they get in earlier than you, and then you're pumping the coin for them. So you got to say thank you, or you got to say you're welcome, right? No. So front running is definitely an issue with decentralized exchanges, and there are ways to mitigate this, and that will all be included in a future video. Also, with that additional information, we will be releasing tutorials on how to safely use a decentralized exchange, as well as which wallets are good to use with decentralized exchanges and DeFi. So if you guys are interested and you haven't done so yet, let me know by hitting the like button and hit subscribe with the bell notification turned on so you get notified when those tutorials come out. We're going to be letting you guys know everything about decentralized exchanges. There's going to be a huge push for this in the future, and I think education is super important. So now you know why you should be using a DEX. Next, we're going to go over how. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.